For the first time, scientists may have found direct evidence of a dinosaur.
The biggest, baddest meat eater that ever lived. And I've been studying its bones for a decade, but I want to know how it lived. That's the mystery that keeps paleontologists up at night.
There are always a lot of series of events or sightings that happen and go unnoticed that are far too unbelievable, unless caught by the eye of the camera. Join us today to see some of them filmed on the road that shocked everyone. It appears to be another instance of a government's failed attempt to withhold information from the public. A viral video surfaced online, leaking by an anonymous uploader, revealing a massive living Triceratops dinosaur. The ancient creature was being unloaded from a truck, presumably used for transportation, by a group of individuals after it was discovered on Mount Luau in Indonesia. According to the source, the dinosaur was sedated to prevent it from escaping or displaying aggression, despite the species being herbivorous. If this wasn't a Triceratops dino, it certainly was similar to one in every way. Gigantic carcass remains. Even if this carcass wasn't as badly burned, it would still have been a challenge to identify its nature. An 18-wheeler truck was seen passing through a highway in Ohio with an unknown gigantic carcass remains that looked to have prehistoric vibes all over it. This has to be a dinosaur of some kind that looks like a combo of a rhino and elephant mashed into one that also somehow got burnt terribly. From large tusks to an incredibly wide and large body, it has to have been lit by a huge fire to be taken down. Seized UFO?
What do you guys think we got here? I mean, do you think we have a truck transporting at least a part of a UFO out there to Area 51?
Regardless if you are a human or an alien, the government always has the habit of stepping in to seize personal belongings. Another driver was returning home in Phoenix, Arizona, when he noticed this 18-wheeler trailer truck that was leaving the area with a huge disc-shaped flying saucer that was tied to the back. A patrol car escorting at the same time shows that this in fact could be an actual UFO that was found and seized. The small signature of security helped them gain too much public attention. Left behind alien. This alien was either left behind by its kind or of its own free will. An early morning jogger had his routine run interrupted when he noticed this living alien that was blocking his path in Los Angeles. Unlike him, the alienoid didn't seem to be looking as curious, but rather looked to be hopeless, if not depressed as well. Seeing how it wasn't trapped in anything led to speculations that it must have been left behind, or perhaps that it was dealing with a severe leg injury that made it immobile. Unknown large animal. Whether you call this to be a beast or just an unclassified marine animal, its size is amazingly magnificent. An excavator removed a decaying giant marine animal after it was found lying on the bank of the Mississippi River by the road. Upon a glance, it looks more or less like a giant catfish that somehow ended up stranded on the ground. With it being quite heavy and decaying so fast, it had to be removed one way or the other. Marine beast carcass. With this looking nothing like the whales that usually are this massive, one can only classify it to be a sort of beast. An 18-wheeler on the street by a beach in Brazil gathered a crowd as it was carrying away a large carcass of a weird-looking marine animal. It had a smaller lower jaw, with the upper one being comparatively a bit too massive in size. However, there are speculations that this could be a deformed whale, but nothing is known for sure. Raining fish. The issue of world hunger could potentially find a solution if occurrences like this became more frequent. In October 2021, travelers passing through the northern end of Australia's Tanami Desert were astonished to witness hundreds of fish falling from the sky, akin to a phenomenon of raining fish. As news of the event spread across the nation, weather experts and marine biologists weighed in, attributing the incident to a powerful tornado-like waterspout effect in nearby coastal areas. This phenomenon propelled marine life into the air, where gravity eventually caused them to descend, resembling a rain of fish. While it's deemed a natural accident, locals perceive it as divine intervention. Crossing anaconda. In April 2019, a viral clip captured the remarkable sight of a massive anaconda halting traffic on a busy road near Porto Velho, Brazil. The video, shared by Italo Nascimento Fernandes, depicted the awe-inspiring moment as numerous individuals stopped their cars and even halted approaching vehicles to allow the enormous reptile to cross. Estimated to be over 4 meters in length and weighing approximately 30 kilograms, the anaconda commanded the attention of onlookers as it navigated its way across the road. Unusual road thug. On August 10, 2019, a heartwarming yet mischievous scene unfolded in Chakhsaongo, Thailand, as a juvenile elephant, affectionately named Antia by a park ranger, halted passing trucks to indulge in his sweet tooth. Emerging from the woods, Antia assumed the role of a self-appointed checkpoint, inspecting each vehicle for treats. With playful determination, he gleefully pilfered sugarcane and cassava from the loaded trailers. Spending several minutes savoring his impromptu feast. Captured on video by government wildlife officer Kun Anglia, the amusing spectacle resembled a comical inspection routine. After satisfying his hunger, Antua retreated into the jungle, leaving behind a reminder for drivers to exercise caution and patience when encountering these gentle giants on the road. If it fits, it sits. This is what it would look like if the expression, "if it fits, it sits," is practiced widespread. In March 2018, a family was traveling down the highway in O'Neill, Nebraska for the holidays when they encountered a remarkable sight. They noticed something unusual protruding from the vehicle ahead of them and decided to pass it. However, they were so astonished by what they saw that they had to pull over about half a mile ahead. They waited for the vehicle to pass them again, unable to believe their eyes. While it's common to see dogs with their heads out of car windows, seeing an entire longhorn steer was a sight they had never witnessed before. Beast in downtown. The best way to describe this would be an entity from a good old video game of Half-Life. A busy street in Athens, Greece had to be blocked with traffic diverted to alternate routes by local authorities when a troubled-looking creature appeared out of nowhere and decided to halt in the middle of the road. Since even the local law enforcement couldn't make use of its nature, they decided not to take any action or confront it aside from clearing the area and calling in the best-suited expert for the situation. Baby Cpods. Could these be the offspring of sauropods, the only known dinosaurs with long necks? An unidentified driver captured a moment revealing a herd of miniature, dinosaur-like creatures passing through a forest. Little is known about this incident, as the source remains anonymous. It's possible that these creatures emerged from dinosaur eggs due to climate change, or they could represent an undiscovered animal species. Regardless, witnessing such creatures feels like a scene straight out of a Jurassic Park movie. Gator Citizen.
It's like a 10-footer.
Having lived in the wild and now urban setting, this gator has realized the perks that it has dropped its ancestral hunting to survive tradition. A video clip from Florida taken in April 2022 by a driver shows a 10-foot gator crossing the road and moving quickly after looking around.
Holy cow!
Upon reaching the other side, it continues to walk away peacefully, just as if it were any other regular citizen walking down the street.
You go under my truck?
Ostriches on loose.
Drivers in South Korea caught by surprise as an escaped ostrich was running through city traffic. Eyewitnesses shared the bizarre sight on social media.
Perhaps these ostriches harbored dreams of Olympic glory. A dashcam video surfaced online revealing a scene in South Korea's Sonogram City showing more than 80 ostriches. Seemingly eager participants dashed through the streets, evoking both bemusement and concern. Fortunately, the owner, aided by authorities, managed to recapture most of the escaped birds. Reports suggest they fled from a neighboring city zoo due to a gate oversight. Thankfully, amidst the commotion, no damages or injuries were reported. This unexpected escapade, reminiscent of a comedic chase scene, left locals and spectators amused by the unexpected athleticism of these feathered fugitives. Cash rain.
Oh my gosh!
In July 2019, a rather unusual and delightful event unfolded on a California highway. Due to an open side door of an armored truck, $20 bills began to soar through the air, creating an unexpected rain of money. As the highway was showered with dollar bills, numerous individuals stopped their vehicles to seize the opportunity, gleefully collecting the cash as if they had hit the jackpot. It's estimated that a whopping $175,000 was scattered onto the road, with at least 15 people risking traffic to claim their share. However, amidst the excitement, 2 individuals were apprehended at the scene for their involvement, prompting the FBI to scrutinize video footage in search of others who participated in the spontaneous cash grab. Ghost Rider. The only thing that was missing aside from skeleton riding was the very fire effect and left behind trail. Near Paris on the A4 highway, something strange happened. A motorbike was seen cruising without a rider. It scared drivers who thought it was a ghost bike. But it turns out just before the rider, a young guy, had a crash with another vehicle. His bike kept going without him. A motorbike expert said bikes can run on their own, especially if they have a feature called cruise control. So while it seems spooky, there was a simple explanation behind the riderless ride. It's motor-ridden Grizzly. Though circuses such as these are usually carried out in a controlled environment, this manager seems confident. Footage taken on August 25, 2017 in Volga, Russia, shows an adult bear that was not just riding peacefully in the passenger seat of a motorcycle, but was also performing with a musical instrument. While being followed by his entourage. The rare sight gathered the attention of a hesitant crowd, drawing everyone in to witness the event in the making. Sudden gathering. Though no one knows what the agenda is at play here, it looks to be something very important. On the 7th of February 2023, a residential area in Tokyo, Japan, was crowded by hundreds of thousands of crows that started to populate all over the area. At the same time, they were all cooing loudly in a continuous series, which initially left bystanders wondering if there was any large animal carcass nearby. Once this was ruled out, the cause of the incident now remains to be just a complete mystery. Gnomes and Bush. Even though this police officer was taking necessary precautions, he definitely didn't see this coming. A recording dash camera of a squad car that was responding to a visible accident that was reported to have an assailant. After hearing movements in the trunk, the officer popped open to investigate, only to fall into the violent ambush of tiny creatures, where they can only be identified as one of them casually exits seconds after. What happened next and whether the victim survived or not remains unclear. Bubbling underground. This isn't some underground sandworm worm, rather a chain reaction of underground explosion. In February 2021, Daikon Explosive Demolition Corporation conducted a pipeline blasting operation, aiming to demolish a section of the pipeline for construction or maintenance purposes. In doing so, 948,025 pounds of dynamite was used, which took under 3 months to lay 33 miles of trench rock, creating a really long and powerful chain reaction of explosion. While it created quite a spectacle, there are reports of unexpected consequences, possibly due to unforeseen complications or errors. Underst anomaly. The only explanation for something like this is that there is some giant ancient monster that has awoken from hibernation or aliens making their presence known. A driver who was waiting behind a signal head noticed a bizarre effect that started to take place, where the ground started to sink in and out almost as if something were attempting to break free and make its way out. Despite several attempts, nothing came out, or perhaps did, but the clip got cut off. Blobbing street ball. The sudden appearance of this purplish ball spooked almost every driver until it proved to be not so bad. A dash cam from a vehicle recorded the sudden coming of a large bluish-purple ball that came tumbling toward the traffic in Munich, Germany. Initially, it seemed to be capable enough to create havoc in its path, until it casually just passed by all the vehicles like an air balloon. While no one knows who released it or how it ended up on the streets, it almost seemed like someone's tripped, causing a snowball effect. Floating down rock. It's not just the shape of the rock or the slightly hilly stature that caused this, but something far more. A CCTV camera placed on a countryside farm in the United Kingdom caught a weird moment where a significantly large piece of rock came tumbling down. It slipped past the green earth very smoothly before eventually getting on the road and stopping in the middle. Apart from the size or the shape of the rock, there was also a play of some gravitational pull that plunged this rock from the top down. On the bright side, at least the house by the road was spared. Daring rat encounter. Despite the odds being against this rat, it not only stood its ground, but also broke the stereotype. A clip that was shared on social media shows the hilarious moment where a comparatively small rat continuously kept on confronting a cat after it got a bit too close. Normally, starving street cats or even the cartoons that show cats pursuing smaller animals to feed on that over decades set a course that this rat dared to shatter in seconds. Fallen cloud. Ever dreamed of reaching the skies? Well, a bizarre phenomenon like this might just make that wish seem possible. In August 2018, a video surfaced online from an unknown source depicting clouds hovering and even touching the ground. As the video went viral, speculation arose, with some claiming it was fake, while others suggested it might be a chemical reaction in a river. However, scientists later clarified that it was indeed a cloud formation, resulting from extreme pollution in the atmosphere, dispelling any confusion. Cloaked craft shadow.
Do I see that shadow? Where are the clouds?
Alien tech may be quite superior to that of humans, but they missed out on this small detail. A small town resident caught an incredible moment where, despite the skies being cleared of any mountain or large flying, yet there was still a huge visible shadow of something visible on the hilly higher ground. From the shape of the shadow to a simple consideration of who or what could have gone to extreme lengths to pull off such a stunt leaves not many options, apart from it being a UFO. Unstable kneecap. While most of you may be wondering if this is an extreme case of flexibility, when it is kind of a disability. This footage was shared by concerned, at the same time, curious parents in the South, showing a youth being able to stretch his legs far beyond what we normally can. According to an expert, this is what is called trochlear dysplasia, a condition where, due to a missing bone from birth, it stabilizes the kneecaps and makes one look as if they are quite flexible. Real-life glitch. Glitch may not seem to be a thing of reality until you see one happening in front of your eyes. Another driver who was waiting for the green light was surprised to see a pedestrian on the road who seemed to be petrified in a way. According to him, the man was casually walking up the road until he suddenly stopped and froze in this manner. Absolutely no signs of movement or even flinching shows that this indeed is a case of real-life glitching in progress. Disappearing ball. Speaking of real-life examples of glitches in the Matrix, this is another one that would leave you scratching your head. Two kids were playing basketball in one of their backyards when moments into the clip, the ball just happens to disappear subtly. In one moment, the ball can be seen until it is smacked away, not just from scoring, but also from its total material world existence, making it seem like it never existed in the first place. Where did the ball suddenly go? Especially when both seem to be casually walking it off. Mysterious end of tail. If this does not look anything like a marine or land animal, it is a nightmare. This beachgoer was in for a very spooky surprise when he noticed this frail-looking figure sitting at the batch and facing the other side. The weak yet intimidating look got the spectator to get closer to inspect, yet still kept him exercising caution, until with the bizarre twist of nature, it turned out to be a dog. Broken light window. Either it's curiosity or that this dog wanted to leave behind a better impression for its owner to be in this position. A dash cam clip caught by one of the vehicles showed a pet dog that was peeping out from the hole of a car. The hollow opening was wide enough for this canine to be able to get in and get out, ensuring that it was rather not in distress, but enjoying the sight and the experience. Headless walker. The fact that even the zombies need heads to be able to exist is what makes this even more arousingly interesting. A startling video circulated among drivers, shocking many to the core. They witnessed a man strolling down the street, body intact yet headless. Questions swirled. A ghost? How's he alive? Doubts loomed over the footage's authenticity. On the internet, perplexed citizens voiced skepticism, demanding front-facing footage. Was it a clever camera trick or a genuine supernatural encounter? Opinions diverged. Some believed it a hoax, while others clung to the possibility of a headless wanderer. Walking plastic bag. There is no chance that this is just another plastic bag on the street that isn't just flying away, but walking its path. On a windy road at an undisclosed location, a pedestrian filmed a plastic bag that was casually crossing a busy road, walking over the zebra crossing, almost as if it were a person. If you look at the footage closely, you can see feet-like visible markings on the bottom with handles waving in the air, as if it were a person's arms. Clear some ghost or spirit must be fooling around here. Potential alien dog? Since we have seen the sightings of actual alien figures previously, this could be a forgotten pet. An unknown source while driving found this bizarre-looking animal stranded all alone by the roadside, so he decided to adopt it. From missing a face to having just 2 visible arms is what makes this creature or alien dog look unpleasant and sinister. Seeing how alien animals that look like this generally aren't as friendly, the recorder took far too much self-safety risk. Shadow Spooks Dog. As brave the dogs may appear to be, even they have their limits. A house dog was on guard on the roof late when a weird-looking shadow was seen running that spooked it. Footage from a security camera shows disembodied human-like legs that run past in the shadows, leaving the dog both confused and in fear as well. Ghost table tennis player. By the back and forth of this table tennis ball, it almost seems like the man is confidently playing with a ghost. An unknown man was recorded playing table tennis in a public park where the ball kept coming back to him, just as if there was another player on the other side. Not to mention that there does seem to be a table-type structure in between the two, where the balls bounce around and the man standing knows of his actual spot. Biological anomaly. This is not some plumbing issue, rather it has a sort of Stranger Things vibe written all over it. A video recorded in a public area in Madrid, Spain, shows a crowd gathered around an area where an alien tissue-like material can be seen having surfaced. What makes the matter even worse is a man in a hazmat suit taking samples while supervising it at the same time. Could this be an opening to an alternate dimension? Or is this just some large beast that could come out any second? Do share with us your opinion in the comments. Bizarre tunnel effect. Nope, this isn't the kind of light at the end of the tunnel that you are familiar with. In one of the transit tunnels in the Hitratango Dam construction site near Medellin, Colombia, a peculiar event unfolded on May 17, 2018. Following a geological fault that obstructed the diversion tunnel system, resulting in the damming of the river's flow, a critical situation emerged. A team of workers conducting inspections near one of the blocked divert tunnels captured a remarkable moment when the blockage was cleared. This incident preceded a devastating flood downstream, displacing 600 individuals and destroying 2 bridges, 2 schools, and a health center. Road rock pimples. Either something was trying to make it into the surface, or this was some bizarre effect of nature. An unknown countryside location in China left the citizens curiously wondering the nature of formations all around them, where the road had holes poking upwards. A rock seemed to be the only debris that was able to be found underneath, leaving the nature of all this to a total mystery. Moving underground. This doesn't look to be another case of an underground monster, but perhaps a cause of something natural. Another Instagram reel taken in Las Vegas shows a weak part of the ground shaking, where a piece of concrete breaks apart until it completely separates away unequivocally. Underneath, what can be seen is some kind of geothermal event in the making, which can largely be blamed to be the cause of all this. Bizarre bug.
This is a dinosaur. As you can tell, he's got the little leg.
A mine worker was out for a lunch break when he noticed this very peculiar looking creature that was sitting on the large wheel of a dump truck. As he got closer to inspect, it had a very tiny body with an incredibly elongated neck and a weird, monstrously looking mouth opening. Using a narrow branch, the man attempts to inspect it, where it shows a rather aggressive behavior, revealing its nature.
Hey, look. Let me get that butt, boy. Ooh.
This picture and video was captured on December 7th, 2021, showing a large TRex-like dinosaur that was seen being transported on a lorry truck to an undisclosed location. Though many of the viewers and spectators were sure that this was some prop, from the texture of its skin, it looked to be like an actual T-Rex. However, the workers in charge of safely transporting said that it was an experiment of science to create a living current-date T-Rex, but experimenting on the genes. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.